our series on Linux via the route of restart, the restart program. So this is the bash shell. So quickly, we just want to create and then work with an alias to back up a complete folder, and then work the path variable and then add a new folder to it. So if you've been following the Linux series, there's a part where we created a backup of a whole of the company's repo, or kind of like the company's files and all of those stuff using the tar and that. So quickly, I'm already in my download, so let me just modify the the key, that's the pim. So come to down details. I think those of us who have been following know this. You come to show, you download your .pem here, then you copy this public IP which you use to SSH. Okay, so it's become routine, and yes, so after you've changed the permission, you can SSH -i, and then we should be in a bit. Yes, and I think we are in. So the first, yes, we are in. Let me clear my screen. PWD to verify. Yes, EC2 home-EC2. So let me clear my screen. Yes, the first thing we want to do in these tutorials is to create an alias for a backup operation. So we need to understand that when we're doing backups, okay, we use the command, the tar command, right? And imagine you have a lot of stuff to tar or to backup. Using this tar dash CVZF every time, it's not going to help you, right? So let's take a look at what they mean. So we remember, I think we used that earlier, that the tar is a command that can be used to create or extract archive that contains files and folders. So kind of like a zip file or backup file. And then the dash F here, okay, is archives the files, okay. tar can also archive your files and your devices as well. So when you use dash F, it archives. Okay, when you use tar, it also archives. Okay, but tar archives beyond just files. You can copy beyond files, your device. Okay, and then the dash V is the verbose option that displays what is being put into the archive. So when you use the V, it displays what you are backing up, right? And then the Z, okay, it compresses the archive into the gzip file format, right? So that's what the Z does. And then the tar-cf, so we've looked at the F, we have looked at the V, we've looked at the Z. We said F archives files, Z makes it verbose. It actually tells or displays on your console whatever you have archived, okay. And then the Z converts your archive or compresses it into the .gzip file or format. And then the tar-cf, okay, pretty much will work perfectly, but it will not display what is inside the archive, and you will not be able to compress it. So it means that it doesn't have the V for the verbose, and it doesn't have the Z, right? And please take notice, when we are doing this, it should be in this order: CVZF. Other than that, it's not going to work, right? So the first thing we'll be doing is using the alias. So I told you, if you want to back up something, so let me do something. Let me ls and see what is here. Yes, we have company. So for example, if I want to back up company A, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do tar dash CVZF, then company A, okay, something like that. Okay, but then it's not all the time I have to be doing this. So we want to create an alias. We know what an alias is, so we can say, okay, so my alias when I was way back in high school was political, okay, for the fact that I like arguments and politics. So I mean, that is my alias. So Dominic alias political. So basically, we are going to say wherever you see Dominic, okay, it is the same as political, and vice versa. Wherever you see the alias we've given to the tar.cvsv, then it is the tar.cvsv. I don't know what you get, whether you get what I'm trying to say, guys. So we're going to use the word backup for that. Okay, so alias, okay, to tell it, you want to sort of rename it or give it also known as, okay, so backup, want to say backup as the new alias, right? And then what are we giving backup as its alias? We are giving the tar, okay, dash cvzf, okay, and when we press enter, that is done for us. So wherever we need to use these commands to backup, to archive, to compress to .gz file, to verbose, you get it, we can just use backup. I hope we are good at to this point. Great. So we yes, so we want to backup the company A we have here, right? And whilst we backup, want to give it a new name, right? Yes, so we can use the backup alias we've used. Okay, so what we want to backup company A to a new name called new company A. Let me use that, new underscore company A. Please, when you use small letters for the company, it might not work for you, okay, because it's a capital. So we want to say that yes, we want to backup company A to a new file name called new dash company A, okay, and we are making it an archive, tar.gz, right, and from what company A. I don't know if you are with me. Okay, so we want to backup to a new file name called new company A.tar.gz. What are we backing up? Company A. That's how it works, right? We are backing up to this new name from company A. So let's just press enter and see. Great. And remember we said the verbose tells you what you are actually archiving. So that's why we have it printed on our screen, right? So when we ls, we should see. Good. So the new name is here. Please, are we good? The new name is here. So yes, that's just by the way. So let's explore and update the path environment. So in this task, you display the path environment variable. You then update the variable and add a new directory in which you can replace executables. So we want to cd okay, so you can also use the pwd command to verify that you are in the home folder, and then use the cd company A / bin to enter into that. So let's ls and see. Okay, so we just have company A, and then let me ls-a, okay, ls-al. Okay, so I was trying to look out for the /bin because it's from here it's telling us that we can pwd and cd to company /bin, right? So I'm sure it's one of the hidden files. Okay, as the name implies, bins are normally hidden files, so I was trying to find it here, though I couldn't find it. But we know when we do pwd we are in home, so we can just cd, okay, company A. Okay, let's do this. Let me just cd to company. I'm sure I'll find it. What's that? Company. Let me just cd into company A. I'm sure I'll find the bin inside, rather. Yeah, I'll find the bin inside. And when I ls, I should see bin. Yes, there's bin here. Sorry guys. So when I cd and bin, it should take me to, and when I just ls, yes, hello.sh, yes. Sorry guys. So it tells me that there's hello.sh, right? And this is a bash script. Let me cut it for you to see. Cut hello. I don't know if we've done it previously, or I'm yet to go to that, creating a bash script and executing it and all of those steps. Right. Sorry guys. So when I cut hello.sh, it tells you that it's a bash script. You can use bash scripts for scheduling, for a lot of things. We'll get into that in our subsequent series on Linux. So this is a shebang. Okay, when you want to make any file a bash script, okay, you name the file .sh. Then in the file, when you want to type in anything, any script, you start with your shebang, this at the top, and it makes it a bash script, right? So yeah, so let's just do hello .sh. So that is it. And to run a bash script, okay, you do the // so // then you do hello.sh, and it tells you that your script that you are running says hello EC2 user, right? Great. So we want to cd back into company A, cd -- sorry. Good. So we are in company A, and we want to run the hello.sh script again, and we enter the following and press. Remember the initial one we did /hello .sh, and it did run, right? Because we were essentially in the folder or in the directory that had that. So now we are in company.sh. Let's do and see if it will run. You see, there was no such file like that. You get it? Now let's see if we do this. Okay, execute bin /hello.sh and see if it will run. And it ran because we are outside of the what is it called? We are outside of the bin. Okay, so to make it executable, we've told the Linux daemon to go find where the bin is, then it executes it, right? So the explanation is that yeah, so when you do the hello, it won't work. So you analyze the 3 different ways you tried to run the hello.sh. We did that, right? Great. Yes. And then it's telling you that in want to figure out why this one didn't run, this one didn't run when we're outside. Great. So let's just, to display the value of the path variable, enter the following command and press enter. So let's just follow what the instructions are saying. Echo $ path in caps, right? When we press enter, it provides some path for us. So let's read what it says. It says, remember that the path variable is a list of folders where the system looks for executables and libraries. If you enter a command such as hello.sh, Linux will look for the script in the current folder, and then in all the folders contained in the path variable, you can see that home /ec2 user/bin is not listed, is it? So there's home /ec2. Okay, presumably it's not. So there are currently only 2 ways to run the script. You navigate to the bin folder, right? Then you enter this as we did, or you enter the whole path of the folder to run it, to be able to do like we did with bringing the .bin here, right? So to add the home /ec2 user/company A/bin folder to the path directory, this is the command you are going to use. And when you do that, and we are in company A, will be able to swiftly run the hello.sh. So essentially, right, all that we've read is saying that when we're outside C dot execute hello.sh, okay, we are outside the bin, we're in company A folder. When we press enter, it pulls you an error, and it's telling us that there is something called path, where immediately you are executing a folder. What Linux daemon does is that it will first look for the executable in the current folder, and now in company A there is no executable here, it is in another folder in it. So by doing this, the current folder company A, it cannot be found. And then the second thing it does is that it goes through this path to find if there's an executable. So it came to look at user local bin, right, to find if there was an executable. Came to look at user bin, if there was an executable, there was none. User local s bin, there was none. User s bin, there was none. Home / EC2 user, there was none, right? Local bin home / EC2 user / bin, there was none, right? So we need to add the path, okay, that has company A in it, so that when we are in company A but not in the folder bin in company A, we'll be able to run hello.sh. Please, are we together? So to do that, you just have to use path equals $path, right? Then pretty much you have to bring in the directory. So you bring in the I think it's here. So you do your /home, right? Then EC2 user, then the company, then the bin. That way when you're in company, you'll be able to run. So /home /EC2 user, right, dash company A. Remember, if you make the small c, it won't run, okay, / bin. And I think if all is good, this should work for us. We'll press enter. Great. So we'll do dot execute hello.sh. Even though we are not in the bin directory, it should run. What happened? Okay, so when we did the path, it worked, right? So hello.sh. Okay, sure. So when we do the hello.sh, it should run. Yes, it did run, right? So pretty much that's it for today.